Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021, and we have got to our first ever game of this save. Now, FC Halifax Town, technically AFC Halifax Town, are playing Kings Lynn Town, two teams at the rungs of the ladder. Now, of course, a win today means very little. We might go up one place, that would be it. We are so far adrift at this point that it's going to take 3 or 4 games even just to make it in to the safe spaces in this league. Now, Kings Lynn Town, as anyone who had followed them in the last few years, have been on a very good level of football for the last few years. Since 2015, really, they've been challenging. Actually, to be fair, 2013 they've been challenging in the Southern League before moving up into the National North, then finishing runner-up in that, winning the playoffs, and going up to the National League now. Arguably, in real life, they're doing far better than they are in the game, because in real life they're somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. So they're not doing bad by any stretch of the imagination in real life. In game, however, they're not doing too well. So let's get forward into this match. Obviously, the team ahead of us, Maidenhead, the team we can go ahead, are playing Weymouth, a team currently in 15th. Now, I don't see Weymouth losing to Maidenhead, but I do see us losing to Kings Lynn, and that is a problem. On top of that, we've got very difficult opposition coming up soon. We've got Yeovil coming up soon, so that's going to be difficult. I mean, Yeovil, less than a decade ago, were in the Championship, admittedly, only for a year, but they were there. Then they collapsed and fell into non-league. So, yeah, things haven't gone well in the last 5 years for Yeovil Town, but they've got out of this division before, and when they did, they managed to make it all the way up to the Championship very quickly. So, they're not easy opposition. Now, I'm going with a positive mentality for this game because I think we could have a good chance of getting Route 1 football to work at this level. Now, of course, we've got a strong team. This Tyler Magloire was one of the players brought in before I joined. He was the one that was actually being ongoing when I joined, and he's an incredibly good right back, technically a centre back, but I'm playing at right back today because he's the only good right back at the club currently. We've also got some great attacking footballers: Jamie Allen, Oddie Alpha, Ruben Reed, Jack Earing. They're all great footballers. You've got Tom Bradbury as well. We've got good footballers for this level, but we've also got bad ones as well. I mean, Neil Dans, for instance, Harrison. They're not good enough to be at the level they are at. So I need to get some replacements in. I believe we're making 2 current intakes of players, 1 central midfielder and 1 goalkeeper for loan deals. And I'm probably going to wait till January to make any free transfers, just so I know where I'm at with the current team. So we're going to go forward into this match. Players are lacking match sharpness, of course. They're also not fully conditioned for playing, but we have to work with what we've got, unfortunately. And at a club that is professional, they are training every day, so it's a lot more difficult for them to get back up to full condition. Now, this is a team that Kingston are playing. They've got Archie Mayer in goal. Not a fan of him. Aaron Jones, Harry Brockbank, Teddy Perkins, Ben Tilney, Jordan Richards, Kay Callan McFadden, Michael Clunan, Cameron King, Deshaun Darling, and Michael Gash. Now, anyone who's watched Lelujo, for instance, last season, would know Michael Gash, a player that was sold simply because of his name and the fact that Lelujo, Kevin Chapman, could not stop laughing. On the bench for Kings Lynn, they've got Sam Kelly, Evan Moran, Alex Brown, Dale Southwell, and Chris Smith. Chris Smith, obviously a former Ipswich Town defender. And for my side, I've picked Liam Driscoll, Tyler Magloire, Tom Bradbury, Scott Harrison, Danny Williams, Jamie Allen, Jack Earing, Luke Summerfield, Oddie Alpha, Neil Dans, Ruben Reed. For some reason, Dan's, despite being a defensive midfielder, should arguably be here. He's actually here, second highest in the team. In a substitute, we've got Tariq Hines, Kieran Green, Jeff King, Yusuf Ojebode, and Jake Hyde, with the referee Carl Evans taking the reins for this match. Now, I'm going to pump fists and say that the media have been on their back for ages. Let's go out there, prove them wrong, and try and get our first win of the season. Now, I'm going to immediately pause the game here because the game doesn't like working for me. For some reason, no matter what I do for this game, despite setting my preferences to be that with key highlights only, that, and all the other stuff, it still decides to put on extended highlights, that match speed, and it's very frustrating. This is all fine, nothing to worry about there. I think that's all I need to do for that. Annoyingly, the touchline tablet, as anyone who's played the beta, is a bit broken, I have to say, for the full release of the game, because it won't stay extended. As you can see here, it's just this. We're not having Kings Lynn stats, we're going to have Halifax, there we go, Halifax town stats, just so I can see how they're playing, the condition, all that sort of stuff, as well as the league table. Now, I could put this down to see this as well, but I don't really need to, and plus, if I do that, I can't do the shouts. So, well, I haven't actually seen that yet. You can actually now do shouts to the entire team by selecting a button, which is very nice. Oddie Alpha in behind, can't score though, and arguably we've had the much better game today. Putting this team on a positive mentality for Route 1 football seems to have worked very well for the up front players. Unfortunately, Tyler Magloire is not playing well. Oddie Alpha plays it to Summerfield, back to Reed now, Williams to Dans, now back to Williams again, looking forward, trying to find Oddie Alpha, but actually just passes it straight to a defender. But Summerfield steals the ball back to Oddie Alpha now. Alpha now getting to the edge of the box, plays it to Williams, who crossed the ball in for a beautiful header from Jamie Allen, but it's sent just over. And again, we have had the run of the ball this match so far. Harrison, ball over the top, but poor. Archie Mayer now with the ball for Kings Lynn. Holding the ball up very annoyingly. Over the top goes the pass, but only finding Magloire. Allen now, the ball back to Magloire. Over the top looking for Reed. Doesn't find him. But now Oddie Alpha with the ball shoots from range, but it's put wide by the goalkeeper. And gives us the first corner of the game. Headed away by Gash. All the way to King, and that's the end of the highlight. And we have had by far the run of this match so far. We have dominated possession, dominated the game. Well, not possession, we dominated the game so far. And we do look to be a good side. I'm going to pump fists, I'm going to tell everyone that we deserve to win this match, because we do. Now, annoyingly, if Magloire continues to play poorly, don't know why I did that, he will probably have to come off because he's not getting us a good result. I'm going to demand more from the team again. Hopefully that might work. It's only actually affected 2 players, and that's not very good. Unfortunately, there's not really been highlights in this half, which is worrying to me. Alright, I'll make my first change now. I'm going to bring off Ruben Reed for Jake Hyde to play as a poacher up front. As well as that, I'm going to bring off Magloire because he's not playing well enough for Jaboda. I do apologise there, I just lost my voice for a second. As well as that, we're going to leave everything else as it is, just for now. But I might be forced into bringing off Oddie Alpha because of his low condition. And with just 5 minutes left to play, I think that might be the decision I go with. So Jeff King on for Oddie Alpha. He'll play as an attacking winger, just so he can get forward with the ball a bit more effectively. Archie Mayer now, the goal kick, over the top, looking for a striker for Kings Lynn. Does find one, but he's headed straight into the gloves of Driscoll. Driscoll now holding the ball up, plays it over the top, looking for King, and does find it now. King running down the wing, looking for a cross into the box, makes it, and Hyde's header is sent just over the bar again. And by the looks of things, even if we have won, Maidenhead are also winning. So a 0-0 draw is the best we can receive from this first game. But to be fair, given how poorly they'd played prior, that's not bad. I'm going to say they were unlucky tonight. They were. We had the run of the ball, we had the run of the game. We should have won, I'll admit. But even if we had have won, Maidenhead also did win. So, unfortunately, it would have been completely and utterly no different. Yes, these are trials that I'm trying to bring in. Aaron Lomas and Zumana Bakayogo. Trying to bring in two new young players, well, one young player and one experienced player, but two new players to help fill out some of the positions. And to be fair, we're not doing that badly. We're not. A 0-0 draw in my first game isn't bad, but we've got Yeovil next, and that is going to be difficult, of course. But yes, Maidenhead did win against Weymouth 2-0, surprisingly, compared to their previous 3 games. Loss, loss, loss. What can you say? So I think I'll leave the video there for now. A nice 0-0 draw against Kings Lynn Town. Could be worse, could be better, of course. It was an away game. Given that, it should be taken with a pinch of salt. And plus, it was my first game, it was their first game. That needs to be worked on, of course. So we'll play Yeovil Town in this next episode. Then we'll play Gloucester in the episode after that, which will be for you tomorrow at 3, followed by Dover at 5. If we get through the FA Trophy, we'll then play the next round of the FA Trophy, the next day at 3, and the next league game at 5, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, until 5 o'clock today, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.